Should be getting started in about 60 seconds. Maybe a smidge longer. Checking audio, it seems fine. Okay, yeah. Yep. Just fine indeed. Hello there. Probably me. So where did I leave off? Mercenaries. Hi, how are you, dear? I'm excited. No Man's Sky Next comes out in 4 days? Yeah. 4 days. Scan stuff. Kill critters. Scan critters. I'm okay. Not too bad at all. This is the first day I felt like playing in a while, so I guess you could say I'm good. I'm a bit lost though, since it's been like a week and a half. I'll probably stumble around. Hopefully I won't die in the process, that'd be bad. Okay, so I should sell that stuff. That is interesting. It's a shuttle. Yeah. Okay. Gonna sell my junk and then I'll be off. Should check which system I'm into. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. Lost connection. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work. Whoa. Where the hell am I? I guess I have to go to the galaxy screen. Okay, well I'm just gonna go and whoa, I have to get used to the joystick acceleration again. It feels funky. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but it's been long enough. Howdy there. So where did I leave off? Starbulb. I don't really... not too interested in temperate planets. What I do need to check is which system I'm in. I guess I should have checked at the, Probably should have checked at a teleporter. Whatever. I'm looking forward to base building underwater. That's going to be a good time. They've also dramatically improved the terrain generation, so I'm excited. Oh, these textures are weird looking. What the hell? What is up with these textures? That's not normal. This place has got some kind of issue, I think. It amazes me that if you look at any of the posts talking about Next, there's still droves of people who are like, these con artists, these scammers, these people can go to hell, and it's like, oh my god. I play with a DualShock 4, which is just the standard PlayStation controller. It's a really good controller, I mean, in general, but to be honest, I do wish that I wish I could play on PC, both because it's, you know, if you have the hardware, it's more graphically impressive, and because you've got a mouse. With a mouse and keyboard, it feels pretty good. I've tried it before. I know, I mean, it takes some getting used to, because you totally have to, especially for, like, melee boosting, you have to change your, muscle memory a little bit, but it does feel good. I like the look of this planet a lot. I mean, the stripes are weird, but I really enjoy the mountains. Something habitable, or not habitable, but something with a landing pad, please. Just looking for a nice little place to set it down, and then scan and kill critters, apparently. I might also just dump it and go for a sprint. That's nothing useful. You know, yeah, whatever. Let's do that. Let's just go for a nice jaunt across the surface. What? It looks pretty clear. Okay. Come on, what the hell? Yeesh. What the fuck? Land. Okay. What the hell? It doesn't want to, that's really weird. I've never seen this. It straight up doesn't want to land. Okay. What? Purple grass. Why was that? It must have just been too sloped, I guess. I need to make a soundtrack recording where I just turn off the sound effects and play for a couple of hours with just the music going, because I mean, since it's a procedurally generated soundtrack, That could be pretty cool. Super peaceful, super chill. Outpost. It's an hour? Oh my. Let's actually slightly adjust. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, okay, there we go. Exactly. I wonder what it would be like if I played, if I had a soundtrack that I played while I was sleeping. Ooh, probably dream about exploring planets. There's a lot of plutonium over here. Good old tasty plutonium. Alright. Oh, what is that? It's platinum. Why not? It's a resource fest. This place reminds me of Trix yogurt. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but man, this is it's a dead ringer for Trix yogurt. Could have been product placement. Oh, if you get a chance, Google Trix yogurt, Trix. It's branded on the cereal, that really colorful, fake, fruity, sugary cereal. It's basically like if you took a couple Smurfs and ground them up. It is actually pretty good yogurt. It's deceptively good because you'd think it was just pure sugar, and it's sugary, but it's not really more so than any other kind of yogurt as far as I know. But for people like me, it's the colors. Like, it could taste like shit, but all those colors make you kind of go, ooh, that's an interesting. That was cool. What is up with that texture? It's just, oh, weird. Super weird. It swaps out when... Okay. Yeah, that's just gotta be a bug. It's an interesting looking bug. Yeah, it's definitely a bug. That's interesting that it swaps out too when you zoom into it. Titanium. That's good for shields. I didn't check. I really should have checked. Yeah, okay. I have plenty to survive on. Because my cargo backpack is full of thamium. Got plenty of zinc. Yeah, I'm good. I should be able to survive just fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. I kind of miss Carlin. George Carlin was certainly the only white male comedian that I really respected. I mean, I'm not like a connoisseur of comedians, but I think most of them aren't very funny. Carlin actually had a really solid worldview, though, for the most part. Whoa, Flappy Plant. I mean, he was a hell of a lot more knowledgeable about, like, U.S. imperialism and foreign policy than most scholars. And that says a lot. It says a lot about scholarly people in the West, and also about how smart he was and how knowledgeable he was. I have liked certain jokes from Bill Hicks. I don't really know him all that well, but Dennis Leary kind of put me off, I think, on that type of humor, because Dennis Leary basically stole Bill Hicks's shtick, and I don't know. Yeah, for sure. I'm probably too much of a prude for most comedy. I think, like, if you're not distinctly punching up, you're an asshole. And I think, for the most part, Carlin punched up, which I thought was good. Especially, you know, considering he was, like, he's pretty ahead of his time in that sense. I really liked Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was, I mean, that dude said some pretty messed up shit, but he was also funnier than hell. My favorite routine from Richard Pryor was when he was talking about how he blew himself up when he was doing drugs. And I think he was smoking crack, and he said, he basically, like, he rewrapped the story to how he went down one day for milk and cookies, and he had a little bit of whole milk and a little bit of 2%, and he mixed the two together and it blew up. I thought that was pretty hilarious. You know, it takes his delivery to make it really funny, but that was one that really put a smile on my face, that he was able to kind of approach it from that sort of perspective and make a really scary, sad kind of thing pretty funny. I also like a lot about his sort of awakening, about like how he used to, you know, he used to use the N-word just all the time, Richard Pryor, and, you know, that's his, that is his, what is the word I'm thinking? It starts with a P. Prerogative. That's his prerogative, of course. But after he went to Africa, he had a pretty, you know, completely different viewpoint on black people and on the N-word and on politics and social commentary in general. Richard Pryor was basically, I think, pretty much, like, if you go and you look at, like, there are a lot of videos from different comedians where they're like, who was your inspiration? Pretty much everybody says Richard Pryor. He really kind of pioneered crude comedy. But it wasn't just crude. Like, he was a smart guy. He was absolutely sharp. Funnier than hell, too. He had a sort of, like, that was something he shared with Carlin, was that he was really good at social commentary, but his was particularly apt because he was a black man who grew up poor, and he grew up in, you know, rough places. I mean, he was actually born, if I recall correctly, he was born in a brothel, and his mom was a sex worker. So he had a life story to tell for sure. But yeah, I'd have to say my favorites were probably Richard Pryor and George Carlin. Bill Hicks, I've heard a little bit, like, I've heard a few of his routines, but honestly, I don't know him well enough. And like I said, I think Dennis Leary kind of ruined that style a little bit for me. That sort of, like, agitated, high energy style. I ended up being a lot more into the kind of laid back stuff where they'd hit you with punchlines you never really saw coming, because it was, I don't know, rambles. I do my rambles. God, this game is so beautiful. I can't wait to see what it looks like in a few more days. It's going to be incredible. And they let you base build anywhere. Infinite base building. I'm so excited. Yeah, okay. Alright, I guess the weather here's something bad. I should probably crawl in a hole. Oops. Let's get this zinc first. And, bigger. There we go. Yeah, it's raining boiling water. So what I need to do, let's try to free up some inventory here, because this is a little bit over the top. Starbulb, do I already have Starbulb on there? No, I've got Frost Crystal, so I need to go back to my base and dump some stuff. Yeah, I really am pretty happy I got this thing. I mean, it's not 24 slots, obviously. You know, the 24 is the max. But these things they're rare enough that just getting an alien multi-tool is kind of cool. And it looks neat. It's got freaking crystals. Crystals and spikes. I haven't come up with a name for it, though. In a previous life, I would have probably named it something silly like Pew Pew Pew. But I know there are a million of them already out there named that. So I should probably name it after an ancient god of some sort. Oh, base building is going to be so good. Being able to just drop a whole new base wherever the hell you go. Like, hey, here's a cool spot, let's build here. I need to use these harvesters. They've changed them a lot since I last tried them. And I've actually never used the atmosphere harvester. But you can set it up so this one will suck out elements from the air, and then this one will suck out elements from whatever you planted on. Oh, I guess I got rid of my plutonium. Oh well. How long is this storm gonna last? There's Thanium over there. There's a language beacon. It's not the worst storm. Do I have a I don't know if I even have the heat. No, I don't have heat protection. That's one thing I need to do. I need to build rad suppression and heat suppression. Even if it's just the basic one, they help a lot. Come on, weather. Can't be that bad now that it's night. Surely it's cooled off a little. 215 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's pretty hot. Gold, it looks like. Oh, alright. Don't do it. Stay away. Alright, let's get out of here before that little turd activates and sends out a distress signal. Oop. I need to do a lot of stuff actually. Like, I don't have any Atlas Pass, so I can't access these. But I think survival is just naturally a slower roll, which is cool to me. I mean, I'm all for it. A lot of people think the game's too slow, but it's just right for me, so hey. if you earned everything within a few hours, I don't know, you'd still have reason to explore, but it's nice always having something to push you. Like, I've got to get that multi-tool or that ship or whatever. Got to upgrade that thing. I do know they're changing the, they are changing the core loop quite a bit with Next. They're going to, they've talked about, Sean Murray actually did an interview yesterday, I think, where he talked about how they got tired of introducing all sorts of new features that only people who were playing hundreds of hours would experience. And they were. I mean, that was the key thing they were doing, was building all these cool things for people, like, really less than 10,000 people, probably only 5. So they're trying to change the core loop a little bit so that it introduces, like, base building and freighters to people closer to 10 hours rather than like 40 to 60. Base building comes on within probably 20, but freighters can take a while because you have to farm. So I guess now they're going to basically give you a simple freighter up front, or not up front, but pretty close to it. Tonium. I haven't seen any critters. I guess they're on Tinny. Actually, this may have been a poor choice of planet to just roam, because I haven't seen a whole lot except for basic resources. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with the game. The main thing is, like, I was worried when they first announced, oh yeah, there will be PvP in the next build. I was like, oh, please don't turn it into Call of Duty. Please don't turn it into Call of Duty or Destiny. You know, either or something along those lines. And the interview that I read last night basically was like, nope, we're still building the game for the core audience who loves it. And they're adding features here and there to try to bring in more people, but they're apparently not gonna ditch the core loop, which is good. I would be pretty bummed out. That's weird. That comment didn't... Oh, there it is. Battle... Yes, exactly. Yeah, if they turned it into a Battle Royale, I would cry. But the coolest part about it is that they made their money. I mean, it's the core team that built this was only 5 people. They ended up bringing on other artists, and they brought on people for marketing and for testing and stuff around launch, but the core team is only 5 people. So, considering that they sold well over 1 million copies, I mean, they probably sold closer to 2 million at $60 a pop. This team is set for years and years and years. Yeah, this is like, to be honest, I think it's the most ambitious indie title I've ever seen. Sean Murray in particular, he started working on this thing almost 8 years ago. He's been just slowly plodding through. Totally custom engine, completely custom art, everything from the ground up. That dude, he built it, and that small team helped him. And that's really something, you know? Alright, I gotta find a landing pad, or... I don't think I can actually... Yeah, this is hilarious. I can't... Oh, maybe I can summon it. Maybe I will. I thought I couldn't, because I think it's out of fuel, but maybe it's not. But I don't really want to roam too much on this planet that has no life, because I kind of need to do the bounties. That texture is so weird. That is definitely a buggy texture. How far is that? 52 minutes? No. I'm not going that far on foot. that looks like maybe a sizable establishment. I hope they fix the way that establishments have to dig kind of a chunk of the terrain out. Oh, okay, that works. I mean, it's not a place to summon a ship, but it's, I could use an inventory slot. But since you can build anywhere now, you don't have to build at the bases. It makes sense that they would make it a little bit more lenient so that you could, how much? 100,000? But more lenient for generations so that you can just generate buildings wherever. Yeah, we'll go with the high capacity slots. I'm a little bit, like, I'm unsure if when the new update drops, I don't know if I'm going to play on this save file immediately or not. Oh shit, yeah, see, I can't summon it. Okay, so I have no choice. I mean, I could try to go back, but I'm not gonna. So if it takes an hour to get over there, it just might take an hour, but I'm sure I'll find something before then. I was saying something a moment ago. I'm always saying something. Some nice crystal formations. One thing that I really hope that they do is change it so that the basic resources have different appearances. I mean, you pretty much always, like, you see plutonium crystal and you're like, hey, there it is, and it makes sense from a gameplay perspective. They're trying to make it so that it's just like, hey, here's your resource, your basic resource, you need this. But I would enjoy the extra small challenge of having to identify stuff first. Like, what does plutonium look like on this planet? This crystals form differently in this atmosphere, whatever. Under this gravity, you know, which is another thing. I really hope, they haven't talked about it yet, so I assume they're not doing it, but I really hope that they have planets with different mass. Right now, every planet has the same mass and thus the same gravity. So it would be cool if they introduced more massive planets or smaller planets that are less massive. Okay, it's not a slapper. Slappy plants are dangerous. I have enough star bulb, damn it. The thing about the gravity is that it seems to me like a pretty minor addition. Like, they should have a constant for it that they should be able to just tweak. And they don't really have to make it so that the planets are different sizes and, like, correlate that properly to make it just an interesting mechanic, but who knows? They have their reasons for doing or not doing things, so I trust them. I trust they will do what's right for the game. They have so far. Here comes the sun. It's gonna get hot. There's a sentinel chasing me. I should, dynamic resonators are expensive, right? I'd build one, and then build a, vehicle. How much do they cost to build? Because it would be nice to just... Where is it? Antimatter, crysonite. Yeah, I don't have antimatter or crysonite. I could get antimatter, but crysonite's another a whole other story. This planet's boring. It's really pretty, but boring. I noticed with the new video that they've like the teaser trailer that they've done, that I just realized I forgot the other two language beacons, but the new trailer that the teaser trailer they did has like slightly more muted colors and lighting. I'm kind of wondering what they've done to the lighting model. They already rebuilt it from the ground up once. It has a completely different lighting model than it launched with, which is why it has crepuscular rays and a bunch of other cool features that it didn't have before. But I don't know. Let's see what they did, because the new lighting model made stuff a lot more vibrant. I mean, this planet is about as saturated red as it could get, and I kind of hope that the planets still look like candy. It's kind of it's been sort of a nice piece of, you know, the No Man's Sky universe, that everything's bright and colorful, and they're not trying to make this drab, dead, gray kind of shit that Star Citizen is, or Star Citizen, or I forget the other one, Elite Dangerous. For me, the point was never realism. It was just immersion. Be immersed in their universe for all the uniqueness that it features. Right. People usually conflate the two, but they're distinctly different, in my opinion. Shit. I am like... There's just... I'm out here alone. It is not a great idea to go flying away from my ship that way. Like, how far am I? I'm already 28 minutes away. So yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna keep on trucking. I have an ample supply of zinc. As long as it doesn't get too much worse. I mean, I'll have to recharge every few seconds, but whatever. There's not shit around here. Oops. I should probably be more discerning before I just jump out of my ship and start running. I totally figured there would be places like outposts Little bunch of trees over there. That's kind of cool. We're good. Where are they going? That way. I'm not going to diverge. I'll just keep going the way I'm going. We're good. Oh, that's close. There's all the zinc we just used. Cool. And Gravitino's here. Probably fixed to take a few. Part of the improved terrain generation is also an improved level of detail system. So, ideally, I mean, it's been getting better and better. They've improved it a ton since it first came out, but ideally you won't even see it generate stuff anymore. You don't in the trailer. In the trailer, it fades in some long distance stuff, like trees, foliage, but you don't actually see it generate new levels of detail on like the surface geometry. Hey, there's a green freaking question mark. First one in a while. And it's just a monolith. I'll go check it out though. I'll take all this titanium too. I should actually... well, okay, I'll just... I was thinking I should clear my inventory, but whatever. Imprint an ancient civilization. Seek out both language. Okay. So that's simple language beacon, basically. I'm gonna be kind of pissed if that outpost doesn't even have a... landing beacon. And surely there's something sooner between here and there, but so far it's not looking great. So I guess the main lesson here is always make sure my ship is full before I take off. There aren't even critters here for me to finish the bounties. Life support's lasting a while though. Oh, all in there. Ooh, I need to get a another jetpack and or stamina upgrade. This hill is big. Jeez. Impotent melee boost. It's interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty big hill. Fuck off, Robocop. Ow. A little too much speed there. Oh, I'm really surprised that didn't hurt. Kind of just gave up scanning for there's one. Oh no, it's a tiny building. I'll have to go check. I'll just be sure. Place is kind of thrown off my color perception. I look away and everything is green. Landing beacon? Probably not. I'm guessing not. Yeah. Very likely not, I don't see it. Athenium though. Nice little clutch Athenium. What? There we go. Oh. What the hell, phone? phone likes to do some wonky stuff. No landing beacon here. The rat. So my journey continues. One sec. I gotta respond to a message. Don't be too steep. That's pretty steep. I like swearing myself. I think swearing is therapeutic. Were you practicing on the guitar? Oh, cool. Chords are amazing. It blows my mind that... So, two things about chords really blow my mind, and melodies in general. One is that we evolved in order to appreciate, you know, harmony and... oops. You can do it, little fingers. But it boggles my mind. There's like something completely innate, something superhuman about how, you know, chords, some chords are happy, some are sad, etc., etc. But the thing that really boggles my mind about music in general is that humans aren't the only creatures that evolved for it. Like, you hear birds, they're basically like, I mean, birds have just got this incredible sense for pitch and melody, and that is incredible to me. It blows me away. Makes me wonder how many other creatures are attuned to that sort of thing. Ooh, careful. Could have been a hard landing. If this outpost doesn't have a landing beacon, I am gonna shit a brick. Whales, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder about how whales, because like they use all sorts of different tones and pitches to communicate, right? And they definitely have their sing-songs, but gotta wonder how much of that overlaps with what we do and birds and all that. Word up, no. I assume no is my Stever. We'll just keep going. You, little follower, you little stalkery thing. You can fuck right off. We'll just keep on going, keep on going. I wonder if there's any way to get specific patches from Sony's servers so that you could, like, for game archival, so that you could basically, you know, see how the game has changed over time and what they've added and changed around. I think that'd be cool. Somebody should do a network analysis and find that out. I assume there is a way to do it, I don't know. Because I believe... Actually, I really have no clue how their patching stuff works. I don't know if it does incremental patches if you... Oh, that's kind of scary. There's gotta be a habitable, or not habitable, I keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. At least in the context of No Man's Sky. There has to be something around here for me to land a ship on. Because, man, if I go another 15 minutes and this place doesn't have one, I swear. Yeah, exactly. Ugh, I can't even imagine. What if in like 5 years after they're pretty much done updating the game, they got their, you know, their commercial value out of it? What if they released all of this open source? Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, fully fledged 4-player parties where you can do everything together. It's even got, they're even doing cooperative missions and stuff, so it's pretty sweet. I think I'll probably still play it mostly single player. I mean, partly because I don't want to pay Sony for multiplayer, but also just because it's like, to me it's always been sort of a lonely game, and I think it benefits from that. It's got this kind of meditative feeling to it when you're just like roaming a landscape for hours on end. But I think with all the base building improvements, like being able to build bases wherever you want of arbitrary size, that will definitely make multiplayer more fun. You know, you can sit down with 4 friends and like put together a whole colony of shit, of buildings that have some purpose. Okay, yeah, I'll probably still be on. I usually play for quite a long time when I do. Thermal protection. Damn, it's a monolith. Not even gonna stop for it. I guess I should scan stuff, as long as I'm here. Titanium? Yep. This place has nothing. No outposts. close. Trying to fall and break a leg. These shits are taunting me. You can usually follow them, and I don't want to waste all the zinc, so I'll just crawl under here for 1 sec. Otherwise it would be a waste of like 40 or 50 zinc. I just need it to warm up a little, or cool off a little, I guess. But yeah, you can usually follow those ships and they'll take you to some place that's got landing pads. But God knows how far it is. Hey, there's one. Hooray! That should have a landing beacon. Definitely should. I'm not seeing it. Oh no, it doesn't have one. Get out of here, you little asshole. You do not belong in here. Oops. Nanites, I presume. I kind of miss when these things used to give you blueprints. Alright, I'll go back this way just to be sure. No landing beacon. That is a travesty. Yeah, the music totally sets the tone for the game. I've never once played it without music, and I don't think I ever will. It's not the kind of game that, it's not like Tetris or a racing game where you just put on your own soundtrack and jam out. It's all about the music. Shit. That's bad. 2 minutes until the, well, this will have been a nice hour of walking. I really hope there's a landing beacon here. If there's not, I might be in some trouble. I mean, worst case scenario, I'd have to walk back, but that would suck. Just a bit too late. Seconds. Yep, landing pad. Cool. You little shit. Weak. I didn't really pick up anything worthwhile. Just basic resources. Bypass ship. Hooray! Let's go talk to this one real quick. This planet was kind of a waste of time. Well, that sucks. They're warriors. I thought for sure he wanted me to fight him. Yeah, there's nothing there for me to screw with. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this popsicle stand. That? Okay, that was behind me. Whoa, that's a moon. Hymal moon? I've never heard of that word. Some pirate's gonna try to get me. Nope. Nope. I don't know if, I think that's totally optional. Where did the moon go? whole system has screwy textures, what the hell? How hard is that? Three seconds. Devoid of flora. Yes, how many of these things did I have? That's pretty good. Just giving away a shitload of zinc. Do a little dance. I know they're warrior people. Oh no, thank you. No thanks, buddy. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. Probably just gave away all, like, half my zinc. Oh, there's plenty. There is plenty. Well, let's get the hell out of here. This place holds no allure for me. Should go check out that manufacturing facility. I'm so excited for the new clouds. The new clouds look beautiful, and they actually cast shadows. Team voice security. Grah. Or Grah. Apologize. I'm an ally. Hey, Atlas Pass. Holy shit. I don't know why I've got the V2 and not the V1, but whatever. That's a boon. That will allow me to open up a lot of containers. I don't think there are some here, let's see. Oh, there aren't. It's the cylindrical containers. Not me. I am not fucking with y'all.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
I have to get a grip on where I am. There's definitely plenty of stuff to return to my base with. I'm gonna sell a little bit.
Units received. Units received.
This is V3, I think. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, V3. Now I don't recall what V1 was for. Hey, that's a cool looking fighter. It's comparable to mine. I think mine's got, yeah, way more slots. Mine is worth quite a bit more. It's time for me to, I think, to declare a new base. Yeah, little buddy. So,
Toxic protection.
operations center.
Stabilizing.
What? Surely my little gardener buddy has, yeah. Okay. Agricultural research, grow and harvest frostwort. I did. he still doesn't get it. Carbon. Yeah, there's something up with that. So let's... Oh no. I have quite a few things to disassemble here. How much shit is in my ship? Oops. Quite a bit. Quite a bit of shit. So these can go into storage. I need to build more storage. At least one, maybe two. Yeah, okay, sure. Oops. Ah. Voltaic cells. What? Takes 2 and a bunch of iron. Okay. So let's do some inventory management. Oh, I can probably move these right now. Yep. I don't remember if I can use platinum for my shields. I should check that. Oxides, no. So I can't. That's a silicate. Why is there still more? Oh, okay. What? Is that? Did I fill up on my bowl? Storage. No, I'm confused. Alright. Let's go get some arrow bulb. That is a funny little bug. It fires my blaster for a split second. Whoa. That was weird. No freezy, no freezy. Where is... Okay, that doesn't go very far. Dig a hole into the chamber next to it, but since I'm leaving this area momentarily, it seems kind of superfluous. Right on. You make that dinner. You make it up good. Okay, yeah. Feel free to hit me up when you get back. I'll be doing more interesting stuff. Right now I'm kind of just roaming and collecting and building a little bit. I'll probably do some piracy later. wonder if I actually... Did I ever scan those things, those marigold plants? It would be silly if not. I just realized I'm leaning in my chair, sitting here looking at the TV. I was leaning toward the hill, like an old person who moves the controller when they're trying to play a racing game. I used to always laugh at my parents for that. They'd play stuff on the Super Nintendo, and they would twist the controller around like it was going to help them get around corners. But lucky for them, that ended up being the direction the industry took. Whoa. And it's actually much better for it. I mean, it's so much more... Okay. I'm gonna restart the game. It wasn't just that system that had a bug. There's something going on with the textures. I will restart in a moment. That's enough for one more VoltaXL. And I need iron, I think. Freaking iron. Yeah. It's trying to drag itself downward. Okay, that's sufficient. Ooh, let's do another one right here. It's gonna take me a little bit to get all my... Why is that still here? To move all of my stuff over so that, actually, maybe not. Maybe it won't take too long. Anyway, let's move this to the ship. Copper. Hang on to the zinc. I'll just move that over to the ship too. Since there's plenty here. Iron. Can go in there since I might build with it. Yeah, actually that'll be fine. Yeah. I'll bet it, especially on the Xbox One X, I'll bet this game looks fantastic. So let's see it, pal. Get rid of all of this shit. Actually, you know what? I think you can... should be able to just, Oh, I forgot it. It glitches a little bit their way. My ship is somehow inside of the facility. I don't really... I mean... It's just sort of always connected. Like right now it's... Let's see if I go over... Okay, you've lost connection. So it looks like they might be having some service issues, but in general, I think you're just always connected as long as your console's connected. To my knowledge, there's no setting to change that, although I hear in the new build, there will be. Like, you have to actually confirm that you want other people to join your game, so it's not like you'll just... Supposedly, you won't just have nasty people join and try to kill you. I don't want to waste the plutonium, but whatever. Let's do it. Land. Alright, landed somewhere around here. But yeah, I have to restart here in a minute because the textures are being kind of screwy. Everything has funny lines in it. Whoa, what the... Do I need gold? Not really. I mean, not for anything in particular. Oh, crap. I'll just put that in my... Oh my goodness. I'll put these in my roamer. I think I can, should we... Oh, maybe not. Can I just move them all? No. Transfer items. Alright. It's gonna be a bit of a slow process. But yeah, I want to get this whole thing disassembled. Alright, pretty close. Shit. I'll put more in here. I'll just keep doing it this way, this is faster. Oops, wrong ship, wrong vehicle. Frost crystal can go in there. Carbon. Oh my goodness. I just don't want to lose the voltaic cells, those are expensive. Oh, come on. Come on! The guy in the $10,000 suit. How am I guess iron is the big thing here. Put it all in the Colossus. This wouldn't really be necessary if they just gave you all your shit back when you moved to bases. So I hope they change that. Not inside. There we go. And that should be it. Except, I suppose this guy's station. Can I still put these in the roamer? Yay! Yeah, that's full. I'll put this back in the exosuit. Oh my goodness. Never mind. That is a lot of stuff. Anyway. That's good enough. That is good enough. I'm gonna go and hop in my ship to save, and I'm gonna reload the game. I'm actually gonna take a quick restroom break as well, so I'll be back in about 5 to 7 minutes or so. Making sure it saves first. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back briefly.